So Aquaman was created by Mort Weisinger and Paul Norris and first appeared in More Fun Comics issue 73. Arthur Curry is the son of Tom Curry, a lighthouse keeper from Amnesty Bay and Atlanta, a princess banished from Atlantis because of her interest in the surface world. Tom found her one night tossed up by the waves and knew there was more to her than she would say, but he never pried. After Arthur was born, all his questions became irrelevant, and he simply focused on building his family. Several years later, though, both Tom and young Arthur would learn that she came from the lost continent of Atlantis, and that Arthur had inherited the abilities to breathe under the water and communicate with and control all marine life. After this bombshell was dropped on them, Arthur and his father would begin training both physically and mentally so that one day he would be in complete control of his powers. Years later, Arthur would set out to venture into the ocean and find his true destiny. He then became Aquaman, one of the greatest heroes, a founding member of the Justice League and the King of Atlantis. So Hercules has been a popular character in mythology since ancient Greece, but he didn't make his Marvel debut until Journey into Mystery Annual number 1, when Stan Lee and Jack Kirby brought him in to fight the mighty Thor. Hercules is the son of Zeus and Alcmena, a mortal woman who lived in ancient Greece. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, foresaw great danger in the future and arranged for Zeus to have a half-mortal son with Alcmena in order to create a champion to defend them. Athena was even able to trick Hera into breastfeeding young Hercules, granting him invulnerability. As an adult, Hercules achieved worldwide fame as the greatest hero in the world. Hercules is best known for completing the 12 labors, which were to prove to Zeus that he was worthy of immortality and godhood. Hercules has now entered in the modern Marvel Universe and continues to defend the world as a member of the Avengers. So what do they bring to this epic showdown? Aquaman has a number of superhuman abilities, all of which are derived from his Atlantean physiology and the ability to live in the ocean depths. Because of his double origins, Arthur is more powerful than the normal Atlanteans and is basically a super Atlantean. Aquaman has immense super strength and has been seen pushing a tectonic plate down, holding an oil rig, and sucker punching Superman. He has also lifted a transatlantic ocean liner which can weigh up to 160,000 tons, and has actually held his own with Hercules before, although that was the DC version and not the stronger Marvel version. He also has superhuman durability, stamina, reflexes, and is the fastest being in the world underwater. Arthur is able to telepathically communicate with marine life, which is actually an incredibly powerful ability. Although this ability is easiest to use on marine life, he can also telepathically control other beings and creatures that have evolved from marine life. His control is so fine that he can even control the bacteria and plankton inside another person's body. Aquaman is also an exceptional hand-to-hand combatant and is incredibly skilled with his trident. He is also a natural-born leader and a brilliant battlefield tactician. Arthur possesses the indestructible Trident of Poseidon, which allows him to control lightning, ice, and earth, fly, and use water to teleport. On the other hand, Hercules is the Olympian god of strength, and thus his primary ability is his vast strength. Some of his most impressive feats are tossing the 60,000-ton Godzilla, lifting Manhattan Island, carrying a starship, and supporting the weight of the heavens for 3 hours. Now this alone is one of the most impressive feats in comics history, because the weight of the heavens has been described as immeasurable and incalculable. Basically, infinite. Herc is extremely durable and has taken missile strikes, energy blasts from Nova, and hits from Hulk and Thor with no significant effects. Hercules is also very well trained in combat, being Olympus' greatest warrior and champion. Hercules is one of the greatest unarmed fighters in the world, having had centuries to practice and perfect boxing, wrestling, joint locks, and submission holds. Even Thor stated that Hercules is a better melee fighter than him. He is also fantastic with weapons, and is one of the greatest archers in the world, possibly even better than Hawkeye. He possesses a golden mace, created out of adamantine, which is basically indestructible. With Herc's great strength, the golden mace can crush and break virtually any substance. He also has the Nemean lion skin, which acts as an indestructible armor and shields Hercules from virtually any attack. However, because of his love for combat and code of honor, Hercules generally doesn't use the golden mace and lion skin unless the need arises. So who do I think is going to win? Now there's no denying that Hercules is physically superior to Aquaman. He is the Prince of Power, and he has shown much greater strength than Arthur ever has, like when he supported the weight of the heavens. Herc might also be a better melee fighter, having fought against Hulk, Thor, and Sentry before, but Arthur with his trident will definitely keep things interesting. Aquaman does have one ability that Hercules doesn't though, marine telepathy. However, after the New 52, his telepathy was severely downgraded. In fact, he doesn't even control aquatic life, only being able to indirectly communicate with them and attempt to alter their midbrain for assistance. So while he can still call upon giant sharks to fight Hercules, which would be incredibly awesome, he can't actually control Herc himself. So because of his greater physical abilities and hand-to-hand fighting abilities, I'm going to have to give the victory to Hercules.